Alright, hey guys. Um, we're about to watch a video to prove if Deadpool really has one of the best healing factors. Even though I've already watched this, I'm gonna share with you guys.
Well, we meet again, my friends.
Freak. Hate
Black Ops
this
3
stuff.
Awakening has arrived. With everybody.
Ugh, thank you.
Today's episode variant is brought to you by Jack of All Trades Clothing.
Alright.
Welcome to Variant One Shot. One of the things Deadpool is known for, besides his love for chimichangas and breaking the fourth wall, is his amazing healing factor. But does Deadpool have the best healing factor in the Marvel Universe? Well, the only way to find out is to compare him to some other characters who have healing abilities in comics. But first, let's talk about Deadpool's healing factor. As we all know, Deadpool's primary ability is his extreme accelerated healing factor derived from the mutant Wolverine and given to him by Weapon X. It allows him to regenerate bodily tissue at extreme superhuman rates and increases his longevity, giving him near immortality. Although Deadpool was later cursed with immortality by Thanos, so he couldn't be with his lady love Death. But I'm not sure if that part of Deadpool's mythos is still canon thanks to all the incursions going on at Marvel. Either way, I had to mention it. Unlike Wolverine's healing, however, his is driven to a certain extent by willpower, which provides...
Hold on. Let me just say before I finish the video that, my opinion, Deadpool has the best healing factor. But the only problem with it is he should be able to regrow limbs, not reattach them, because who the does that, man? I mean, like, cut your arm off, gets thrown into a pit of lava. What are you gonna do, huh? Fight one-handed? Come on. Everyone knows you need to have regeneration where it throws back at faster than the speed of light. Come on.
an advantage in certain situations. He has regenerated from being ripped apart by a grenade, having been decapitated by Punisher, and many other crazy situations. With that said, let's compare him to some other comic book characters. I'm not going to compare Deadpool to every character in comics that has a healing factor, but I did pick three of the most known characters that also have some of the best healing factors in Marvel. Those three would be Wolverine, Juggernaut, and Hulk. So let's start with Wolverine. We all know Wolverine's most prominent power is his healing factor. This allows Wolverine to heal from virtually any injury at an incredibly fast rate. Wolverine's healing factor depends on his body's current state. If Wolverine lacks sleep or proper nutrition for some time, it slows his healing abilities drastically. So does Wolverine have a great healing factor? Of course. Is it better than Deadpool's? I'm gonna say no. So let's move on to Juggernaut. If Juggernaut is harmed, the magic gem that powers him will regenerate any and all wounds instantly without scarring. He has been reduced to a skeleton before and completely regenerated within seconds. As long as there's a single molecule of Juggernaut's being left, he is unable to die, implying that Juggernaut has one of the fastest healing factors out there. Meaning, thus far, Juggernaut is the only real contender to compete with Deadpool healing factor-wise. But we can't forget the Hulk. The Hulk has been hurt numerous times by opponents wielding weapons composed of adamantium. However, he can regenerate damage or destroy tissue with great efficiency. He has proven capable of regenerating his eyes, skin, and his muscle tissue within moments after having it burnt off by a vector. And like everything with the Hulk, the madder he gets, the more powerful he becomes overall. So now that I laid out all of Deadpool's healing competitors, well...
1, Juggernaut is, like, cool, but I didn't know he had a healing factor. Well, after I watched this, I did, but 2, Hulk's healing factor sucks. And 3, most of y'all might not know this, but y'all notice the Spider-Man character and how there's a Godzilla person back there. Well, if you look up Wolverine versus Godzilla, there's this cool thing where, like, the back turns into electricity and stuff. It's cool. And another thing y'all didn't know about Spider-Man was that he has a healing factor, but it's really slow. And Flash also has one. So Let's continue.
Well, at least 3 of the most known, does Deadpool have the best healing factor? I personally think Deadpool does have the best healing factor in Marvel, although Juggernaut and Hulk are very close. When it really comes down to it though, it's hard to give an absolute definitive answer with these sort of things, as writers are always changing characters, making them more powerful for one story and less powerful for another story, on top of having many interpretations over the years in general. But that's just my 2 cents on that. Leave yours down in the comments section below. Before I leave you guys, I want to thank the people who made today's episode possible. Jack of all trades, bringing new designs in limited runs. Jack of all trades prides themselves on what they do by creating the very best in licensed apparel from the world of comics and pop culture. And right now through June 30th, Jack of all trades is giving you 25% off anything on their website when you use the coupon code VARIANT25 at checkout. So head over to Jack of all trades by clicking the link in the description below and save some money while getting less naked.
Okay, I want to do this again, but I want y'all to watch this as well. This is a good video. Come on.
Welcome, Variant. I'm your host, Aries Quinones. Today, my good friends over at Ismahawk put up a live-action battle of Flash versus Quicksilver, which after you guys are done watching this video, you should head over...
Sorry, I had to restart it.
Welcome, Variant. I'm your host, Aries Quinones. Today, my good friends over at Ismahawk put up a live-action battle of Flash versus Quicksilver, which after you guys are done watching this video, you should head over to their channel and watch the video they put up by clicking the link in the description below. Unless you already watched their video, at which point, ignore everything I just said. In any case, they put up some great live-action superhero battles, and their newest one, Flash vs. Quicksilver, got me thinking, what would happen if the Flash fought Quicksilver? But also, is Flash the strongest or most powerful superhero? Well, to find out, we have to briefly run through all their powers. Let's start with Quicksilver. He is extremely powerful, capable of moving and thinking at superhuman speed. Originally capable of running at the speed of sound, exposure to high evolutionary isotope E made it possible for the character to run at supersonic speeds of up to Mach 10 and resist the effects of friction, reduced oxygen, and kinetic impact while moving at super speeds. The character's speed allows him to perform feats such as creating cyclone-strength winds and running up walls and crossing bodies of water. He can also move his molecules so fast that he can move through solid objects, and his body is capable of resisting tremendous impact forces that would easily crush and kill normal humans. Because his brain functions at superhuman speeds, everything he perceives moves slower to him, meaning Quicksilver is able to think at great speeds, contrary to his impulsiveness. He has also been trained in martial arts and other forms of combat by Captain America, making him an excellent fighter. Mix that with super speed and you have someone you wouldn't want to mess with. But let's not forget that he has super strength on top of that. With his upper body, he can lift approximately 1,000 pounds, while his legs compress approximately 1 ton. Basically what I'm saying is, he can kick a sedan across the street. But now let's move on to the Scarlet Speedster. He's way faster than the speed of light, moving at speeds over 600 million miles per hour. But running fast isn't the only thing he can do. Through quantum tunneling, he can also phase through anything. And in Superman issue 709, Barry Allen states that he can also think at the speed of light and perceive events that last less than an attosecond. And he can run faster than time, meaning he can time travel. But let's talk about the attosecond thing. In case you were trying to puzzle how short that is, let me tell you that it is impossible for the human brain to comprehend how small of a time frame that is just by looking at it. So I'm going to lay some facts down for some context. 12 attoseconds is the shortest measurable amount of time possible. In a single second, light can travel across the Earth about 7.5 times. In a single attosecond, light wouldn't make it from one end of an atom to the other end. And the Flash perceives events in less than an attosecond. But I'm not done listing some of his abilities. As demonstrated several times in the comics, Flash has proven that as he reaches the speed of light and beyond, his body begins to acquire enough mass to punch with the force of a white freaking dwarf star. You know, one of the most dense objects in the known universe. And according to the theory of relativity, the faster you move, the slower time becomes, meaning the more mass you would be able to gain. So in theory, the Flash can deliver his infinite mass punch every second. That's insane! But now let's talk about his regular punches. If the Flash is throwing punches at the speed of light, which he can clearly do, and assuming his opponent is about a foot away, he is landing a single punch every nanosecond. So in 1 second, he would have punched you approximately 1 billion times. A regular person would be dead several hundred times over by then, and a regular metahuman would also be dead, or at least very close to it, depending on their power set.